Hey, we're here today. We're going to do a little interview with EJ, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions and see if he can give us a little bit of insight. Hello, EJ.
Good morning, sir.
How are you today?
Terrible.
Terrible. Really terrible?
No, not really. Blessful. Blessed.
Blessed. All right. Well, what's your greatest memory?
Getting saved. When Christ come into my life, that's the greatest that ever happened.
Okay. When was that?
About 92, I believe, something like that.
And how'd that happen?
What God does to you don't just happen. He brings it to you.
Okay. So, were you at like a revival, or were you home, or?
That's a regular church. Calvary Hill, Free Will Baptist over Lyman.
Okay. Well, so was it just did like a sermon speak to you, or the music, or?
No. It's whenever hair on your head feel like standing straight up.
Yeah.
You don't have to ask no question.
Okay.
You know it's there.
So the Lord just really got a hold of you that day.
He did.
Okay. How would you say that's changed your life?
About 90%.
It's changed it about 90%?
Yeah, there's still a little bad in me, but they are in everybody.
Okay.
Except preachers.
Oh, yeah, well, there's a lot of bad in preachers. As you think back on your life, what's one of your most precious memories, just thinking back on your life?
I guess when my first baby was born. But it's better memories than that, though, I guess. There's been so many I can't even think of all of them.
Yeah, you know when your first child is born, that's pretty amazing, though.
It
really
is. It
Yeah.
really is.
What would you say? What would you say the biggest difference between living nowadays and living, say, 50 years ago is?
It's 100% different. 50 years ago, people was honest, dependable. If you loan a man, just say if you didn't have the money to loan him, if you did, all you had to have was a handshake. And it ain't that way no more. The world is not as honest as it used to be. And the people in the world, I better rephrase that. People in the world's not honest like it used to be.
Now, you've had a pretty hard life. When you were born, you weighed what, 2 pounds?
2 pounds.
You weighed 2 pounds, and so...
16 inches of snow on the ground, and there wasn't a doctor. And where we lived, a camel-covered bridge. That's probably 10 miles from the nearest doctor.
Okay, and you...
And they had what you call a midwife. You're young, you don't know about that. But they had midwives back in there. When the lady had a baby, she'd come and tie the tubes and all that stuff, know what to do. That's about all the old people had, but like that. They didn't have doctors, hospitals, stuff like they do now.
And so you weren't supposed to make it?
Not really.
Okay.
That's what somebody asked me, said, when the first time God saved you? I said, January the 30th, 1930.
So the first time was when you was born?
Right.
And
I wasn't supposed to make it. Without him, I wouldn't. Well,
okay.
I know that. I didn't realize that for a lot of years, but I know it now.
What would you say has been the biggest heartache of your life?
Losing my dad.
And when was that?
77. October the 30th, 1977.
And
Never forget that day, because he was just something special in my life. Well, it's supposed to be his parents are, but he always treated me like I was somebody. Well, he treated everybody like that. I don't really have an enemy in the world. He's little, maybe like me, maybe talked a little too much, but I guess we all do. But I never got over that.
And how did your dad die?
He had bone cancer.
Okay.
He laid up there and the bones, the cancer had eaten through the bone to his back. Like 5 inches going all the way through it. And I never heard him complain. He'd ask for his medicine, but as far as complaining, been hard to get along with, I never did see it. But the biggest thing, preacher, the preacher was up there talking to him. He said, his name was Bryce. He said, Bryce, you ready to go be with the Lord? He said, what's the matter, you preacher? You can't see all these angels flying around the room, so you must be blind. So there's one, there's one. He went all over that room. Said, the angels everywhere, you can't see them. Said, there's something wrong with you.